This network graph maps out a severe clinical challenge in palliative care. Managing a frail patient experiencing a tight, overlapping cluster of intense physical and psychological symptoms all at once. The standard protocol for treating this presentation involves targeting each symptom individually, which inevitably results in heavy polypharmacy. You prescribe an antiemetic for nausea, a benzodiazepine for anxiety, a hypnotic for sleep, and an antipsychotic for delirium. Quickly, the patient's system is burdened by negative compounding effects and drug interaction risk. There is an alternative approach that simplifies this regimen, utilizing an atypical antipsychotics called Olanzapine. This blueprint shows the chemical structure of Olanzapine. Structurally, it was designed for psychiatric use, specifically to manage conditions like schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. Yet it is increasingly prescribed off-label in palliative oncology and serious illness. Its efficacy outside of psychiatry stems directly from its profile as a broad-spectrum receptor antagonist. Instead of hitting a single target, Olanzapine actively blocks multiple neurotransmitter pathways simultaneously, pathways that match the diverse palliative symptom matrix we just observed. By acting as a multi-pathway antagonist, Olanzapine functions as a single-agent alternative, replacing complex multi-drug regimens to understand why it works so well. Off-label, we have to look past its psychiatric classification and examine its raw, foundational neuropharmacological mechanics. At the molecular level, Olanzapine's mechanism of action is highly aggressive. Its primary pharmacological action is acting as a potent antagonist, specifically targeting and binding to both dopamine and serotonin receptors. When Olanzapine blocks these specific neuroreceptors, it immediately alters chemical signaling pathways across the central nervous system. To see the most critical outcome of this blockade, we have to trace these pathways down to a specific anatomical region in the brainstem. This brings us to the chemoreceptor trigger zone. This neuroanatomical cross-section highlights the chemoreceptor trigger zone, or CTZ. This small area operates outside the blood-brain barrier and serves as the primary processing center for triggering nausea and vomiting. When a major systemic disruptor like chemotherapy, advanced cancer, or a bowel obstruction enters the body, chemical distress signals travel directly toward the dopamine and serotonin receptors in the CTZ. Olanzapine physically blocks these distress signals at the CTZ receptor sites. The transmission is cut off before the physical act of emesis can be triggered. Clinical research confirms this mechanism. It is proven effective for chemotherapy-related nausea and vomiting, particularly for delayed emesis. Its formal inclusion in major antiemetic guidelines demonstrates that Olanzapine, off-label symptom control, is firmly grounded in targeted neuroanatomy rather than generalized systemic sedation. Historically, clinicians hesitate to prescribe antipsychotics outside of psychiatry due to a known profile of metabolic and sedative side effects. Palliative care requires a deliberate therapeutic recontextualization of those classical adverse events. This comparative matrix maps out that shift. On the left are standard psychiatric adverse effects, starting with drug-induced metabolic changes, specifically an increase in appetite and weight gain in serious illness. That exact metabolic side effect is directly deployed as a primary therapy for patients suffering from cachexia or poor oral intake. The second major adverse effect is central nervous system dampening, which manifests as sedation. This sedative property is actively repurposed to improve sleep architecture and provide relief for patients suffering from severe terminal insomnia. This same dampening effect reduces acute clinical anxiety, achieving stabilization without requiring the addition of benzodiazepines to the patient's regimen. This effect also extends to delirium management. For decades, haloperidol has been the gold standard response for agitated delirium. Off-label, Olanzapine offers a distinct clinical advantage. It provides comparable efficacy in calming delirium, but with a significantly lower incidence of movement-related side effects. In serious terminal illness, the boundary between an adverse effect and a therapeutic benefit disappears. The drug's utility is dictated by immediate systemic needs, despite its pleiotropic benefits. Olanzapine carries absolute systemic risks that demand careful patient stratification. This ECG struck visualizes the primary cardiac risk associated with this drug class: QT interval prolongation. Extending the heart's electrical reset cycle can precipitate dangerous and potentially fatal cardiac arrhythmias. Because of this risk, there are specific prescribing contraindications. Co-administering olanzapine with other QT prolonging agents like methadone, SSRIs, or fluoroquinolone antibiotics creates a severe cumulative danger. Prescribers must also exercise heightened clinical caution when treating patients with underlying heart disease. Beyond the cardiac risks, clinicians must routinely monitor for side effects, including dry mouth, hypoglycemia, and peripheral edema. To mitigate these systemic dangers, palliative care relies on a definitive dosage safeguard. The specific therapeutic dosing window utilized in palliative care is strictly kept between 2.5 and 10 milligrams daily. This microdosing protocol operates at a fraction of the standard dosing parameters required for psychiatric interventions. Stricted adherence to this low-dose parameter preserves the multi-symptom benefits while keeping the cardiac and metabolic risks clinically negligible. Recall the initial clinical challenge: a frail patient overwhelmed by a compounding matrix of simultaneous physical and psychological distress. This network graph models what happens when the multi-receptor antagonist is applied to the system as the single agent takes effect. The erratic symptom nodes stabilize. This stabilization results from widespread dopamine and serotonin blockade, localized antagonism at the chemoreceptor trigger zone, and broad central nervous system modulation. These diverse systemic benefits only occur safely through strict adherence to the 2.5 to 10 milligram low-dose trial parameter. By achieving this with a single pill, you eliminate the systemic burden of managing 5 different symptoms with 5 interacting drug classes, reducing the overall polypharmacy burden. The act of deprescribing is an independent clinical objective in end-of-life care. A growing body of empirical research and major medical guidelines continue to validate the specific off-label practice, proving its safety and efficacy. Advanced palliative care requires analytical problem-solving, which often means finding targeted solutions in unexpected pharmaceutical classes. When managing the extreme complexities of serious illness, a single, precisely applied neuropharmacological mechanism provides a practical path to clinical stability and improved comfort.